Hi, my name is Lu Yaoshi. In this presentation, I will introduce my concept design for Lake Eildon National Park. During the first few weeks of design exploration, focuses on results circularity, I began thinking about how our behavior shapes our culture. As a result, my concept here is centered on cultural reconstruction driven by tiny actions. In the modern urban environment, we often follow a linear consumption pattern of resources, which often put us at odds with nature. Building on B.J. Fogg's concept of changing lives through tiny habits, I propose the idea of tiny actions. These actions encourage people to reshape their understanding of everyday life by taking easy-to-do actions in natural activities, leading to the development of long-term habits. Looking at the site condition, Lake Eildon National Park is located just a 2-hour drive from Melbourne in the Hume region. It borders Victoria's largest inland lake and is surrounded by several towns. To better understand the national park, we need to delve into its history. Before European settlers arrived, indigenous people has been caring for this land for thousands of years. They use this land for hunting, fishing, and gathering, contrasting with the settlers' activities such as clearing, farming, and grazing. Gold mining and dam construction occurred to support development. And the national park was eventually created to protect the environment around the dams. An interesting fact here is that these mines are now used by habitats by bats. It's also the time for us to consider and learn to care for the land. When we look at the users of the national park, visitors mainly come from Melbourne and Hume, with a higher chance of staying in the western part of the regions. The population is aging, and the growth rate of the residents is lower than Victoria's average. It could be said that the park's employment opportunities and attraction to young people are highly depends on the intensity of activities. The main activities are also related to the lake. Rainfall and irrigation closely affect the water level of the lake, also influencing seasonal landscape changes and human activities. The fire diagram shows there aren't many serious bushfires in the park, but there are instances of small-scale burning, with human cases being one of the top 3 reasons for bushfires. There are also 2 cycling and driving ways, which the first one is Skyline and second one is Big River, connect 3 towns around the national park. We can see the opportunity to extend these roads to Lake Eildon National Park and other town areas. There is also a chance to turn the road into part of the cultural heritage by connecting it to mining area, making the road a way to witness the exchanges and dialogues of history. After considering the site in a broader context, I delved into 2 campsites located near each other. To understand the scope of the different activities, I first analyzed the terrain slope. Different slopes are suitable for different activities. Gentle slope has witnessed the rich human activities including agricultural development, while steeper slopes offers challenges, not only in terms of climbing but also due to higher stormwater flows and fire hazards. The land cover varies along the riverside, influenced by the water level and aspect. The shady south area is covered in seasonal and perennial wetland vegetation, while the riverbank reveals natural low cover when the waterline is low. Both the development of a cultural road and the development of the landscape are closely related to the lake. Lake Eildon, originating from the Goulburn catchment, provides various activities on the lake. The connection between the campsite and the water resources offers space for boat launching. However, due to the variability of its water level, certain areas have speed limits. Additionally, after 3 consecutive years of La Nina weather, Lake Eildon's water capacity has almost reached its maximum, presenting challenges related to potential flooding. Zooming into the lakeside road, which connects the boat ramp and the lakeside camping area, it also serves as a path between the lakeside and the Canal Bar campsite. There are 2 major roads, one just a 5-minute driveway and the other one is a 2-minute walkway. The 3 EVC classes that traverse the area bring completely different landscapes and habitats. From moist moss rises a world of fungi, to the artificial drainage lines that operate as natural circle and becomes habitat for frogs, to the open and wide grassy forest. This road serves as a crucial connection, offering rich experience to cyclists and workers. Looking at the detail of 2 campsites, starting with the Candlebark. This site is covered with grassy forest and foothill forest. On this diagram, you can see the 4 main different activities that happened in this area. barbecue, camping, campfire, and fishing, along with their locations, distances, and building materials. This area is well zoned with high ecological value but lacks connectivity between different activities. In contrast, the lakeside camping has a more complex terrain, zoning, and activities, especially with the boating activity. The area is temporarily closed for equipment maintenance, providing it an opportunity to recover. The development of the region must consider the balance between the human activities and the capacity of the nature. Based on the previous cultural practice, I expand the diagram by adding our viewing experience of camping. The energy that's necessary for human activities are highly connected with the campfire. The diagram also shows me which states can be improved to promote tiny actions. Therefore, coming back to the concept of tiny actions, there are three strategies which is necessary to implement the tiny action. The first one is connection, not only the connection in transportation, but also the connection in culture. The second one is inclusive, to ensure the space have a higher accessibility to different people and to different activities. The third one is low maintenance, which I will consider about the building material of the site and to minimize the impact of human activity to the site. In the precedent study, the first precedent study shows the campsite becomes a connection between different roles, building a short-term experience of migrating to the people. It also used the lifted timber decking and permeable metal walkway to provide a stable space and to reduce the impact to the ground. In the second precedent study, urban forest aims to create a modular landscape with low maintenance design by preserving existing trees and roads. The design also uses different water collection systems to create a regulation between dry and wet seasons. Thank you for listening.